My name's Simon Jenkins. I have been a Jim's Mowing franchisee in Sydney for 15 years. I am also a regional franchisor. Today I've got Ron with me from Makita to show you a few of the new toys and things that they have. All right, I'll just show you what we've got in here. So this is a basic sort of a setup that we have. So Ron, I always say that the blower is the most important piece. What can you tell us about your battery power blowers?
Well, yeah, the Makita blower is extremely powerful, one of the most powerful battery blowers out there at the moment. And the important thing about that blower is the size of battery that goes onto the back of it. Very light, charges very quickly, very convenient and easy to transport compared to some other brands.
So the other thing that people always talk about with battery stuff is good old range anxiety. Not how far we can drive, but how long a blower will last. Obviously, they're not going to last all day.
Correct.
How many batteries do you think that someone should have or allow time for, just to be able to have when they're starting out?
Well, it depends on the number of properties that you have. If you're doing about 8 properties, you'd probably need a couple of 8 amps, because one 8 amp on that blower will last 27 minutes if you lock it on full speed.
And look, we don't use them full speed all the time, but
right.
we certainly do give them a bit of a workout. So, all right, the next thing we've got here is dedicated whippersnipper.
Yep.
So Ron, talk to us about this one.
Well, it's a very light and efficient whippersnipper, one of the most powerful on the market. It's a kilowatt, so what that gives you is it gives you a nice weight to work with, and it gives you that power. It's a balance between power and weight. Very efficient, very effective.
All right. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the multi-tool. For those that you might have heard something else that I've said is the multi-tool. I'll just pull it out here. Now, the beauty of a multi-tool is right here in that it separates, and so you can put different attachments on. So Ron, do you want to talk about this attachment, because this is one I've never seen before or used, which is a new weeding tool, and I hate weeding, right? So convince me.
Yeah, doesn't everybody.
It won't be hard.
Yeah, so this will take out the hassle of getting down on your hands and knees. You can do the job very, very quickly, and takes the strain off bending down. It's got a long length. It's very powerful, and the most important bit is this multi-tool can be used with a range of other multi-tool attachments.
So when I started out, my multi-tool, I had a hedge trimmer. You've got a hedge trimmer attachment that works with that?
Absolutely. Hedge trimmer, different lengths, different sizes, whippersnippers, chainsaws, over 20 attachments to be.
So yeah, so the big one, the other one that I find most new franchisees need is the edging tool. To
Correct.
give those absolutely, while you build up your skills with the whippersnipper, to give those perfectly straight edges.
Yeah, I'd recommend the edger, because a lot of guys use a lot of whippersnipper cord, and the edger just does a better job in my opinion, and you save on whippersnipper cord, not running and changing the cord all the time.
No worries. All right. Now the next one we've got is a handheld trimmer. I'll pass that over. I'll swap that over, and I'll put that one back.
Yep.
There you are.
Yep. So this to me is the star of the show, or the lineup. Reciprocation on this specific model is a high RPM compared to our competitors. Very powerful, very light. You can adjust it to various positions, and just a really essential part of what a gym starter would have to have.
One of the other things that I like about this one in particular is the blade length is not too long. Some of the commercial hedge trimmers have got really long blades, which makes doing a small buxus hedge quite tricky.
Yes.
It's also got the leg guards, which is these ones here, so that if you actually get a little bit too close to your leg, you don't take a chunk out of your leg, the guard will stop the blades before they get you. So again, just another equipment. If you look at some of the other hedge trimmers out there, they won't necessarily have a leg guard, and I've always had a couple of nicks in my shorts just to remind you that that's to make sure that you've got a leg guard.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times, and in addition to that, when you're hedging very low to the ground, we've got this guard, so you don't get that bump that you normally get, and it just protects your blade, protects the machine, and keeps everybody happy.
Excellent. Do you want to have a bit of a chat about the battery-powered?
Yes. The battery sprayer, yeah. So that runs off an 18-volt system, 18-volt battery. The good thing about that is you'll get up to 8 hours runtime, so you don't have to manually use the hand sprayer. So it reduces fatigue, makes the job a bit easier, and with the long run time you can be really productive.
Now the other one, and this one goes with our blower, Ron, and this is one that I haven't used myself, but is a wonderful tool. Talk about this one. It's a strange looking thing.
Yeah, so many of the Jim's Mowing franchisees will recognise this. It's a gutter cleaning attachment, and if you're like me, you hate cleaning gutters. You don't want to climb up on the roof. This reduces the risk of falling, injury, and it's also really efficient, so you can stay on the ground and get the job done really quickly.
And you've got extra attachments for that as well, so that you can go twice as long?
Correct, so extra attachments, so you can reach double-storey houses and single-storey units as well.
All right, now final one we should show them, which is on the back, which is the mower.
Yes.
Fire away. This is your self-propelled
battery mower.
Mower.
Yeah, so it's one of the only few mowers in Australia that has 4 swing-back blades. Why do you need 4 swing-back blades? Because you get more cuts per rotation. Very efficient, very beautiful cut. In terms of battery mowers, it also goes down to 20 mil, which a lot of the other ones don't. In Australia, we cut our lawn pretty low, and it accommodates that. Very powerful for what it is. Also, another big advantage is it only weighs 34 kilos with the batteries in, and you can fold that up into a vertical position. So if, say for example, you wanted to store this on your ute in an upright position, you could do that.
Yeah, look, generally speaking, it varies from time to time and different times of the year, but Ron, you will always talk to us in Sydney about a deal. If we've got a new franchisee wanting to put together a package, we put them in contact with Ron, and Ron normally puts together a deal.
Yep.
Everyone's are slightly different, so I can't sort of talk about exactly, but I always allow $5,000 to put together an equipment package to be able to get you started, and then you build on that when you work out the things that you need to be able to do with that.
And just adding on to that, as you mentioned, the cost is a bit restrictive. So what we do at Makita is, if a Jim's Mowing franchisee does a first purchase, we'll assist with some bonuses in terms of batteries and chargers. It depends on the amount of equipment you're buying, and we can certainly assist with that.